So it seems to be one of those things that people are both reluctant and curious about, always asking me about my heart and where it stands and what I've been through this whole angioplasty procedure that I've been through actually three times. And it all came about with the development of an AFib condition in my heart and going for tests. And I was referred to a cardiosurgeon, and I went to Victoria and had angioplasty. Now, I didn't know that the surgeon that was actually working on me was a bit of a rock star in the heart uh, business. In any case, he did the first angioplasty, which is basically putting stents in one of my arteries in the back of my heart, and it was a unnerving experience for sure. You're awake. They're fishing these wires up through your wrist into your chest, and you feel it come through your shoulders and down your heart. And, you know, you're awake through all this. First one wasn't so bad, about 40 minutes maybe. And yeah, so I met the surgeon afterwards. He said everything was fine, great, thanks very much. And that was it. I went home, recovered after a few days. And unbeknownst to me, the surgeon sort of took a liking to what he saw in my heart, and he called me back a second time and said he'd like to do some more work on it. So somebody related that to a woman having childbirth. Immediately after childbirth, you're not interested in any more children. It takes time to get over that calamity that happens to your body. And so at first I was very reluctant, but eventually I came around and I said, yes, I'll go for a second one. And that, again, was unnerving and uncomfortable. This time they did this fishing these wires up through both my wrists. My wrists were tied together like this, laying down on my chest, and I was basically strapped in this monitor just in front of my nose. In fact, I used it to scratch my nose a few times. Um, but I was held down while he went through this procedure, and he's like a maestro fishing these wires, and I'm hearing all kinds of noises and things. Anyway, much longer procedure, second time, and yeah, met him afterwards. All went well. Thanks very much. It was good. And now if I go home, and I'm not home very long before I get a notice that I've been scheduled for a third time, and this time it's I'm getting encouragement from my local cardiologist that I'm very lucky to have this surgeon working on me, and he's taken an interest in me and really thinks he can do some help in my heart. Not that I was ever having these big, terrible issues. I never had a heart attack or anything like that. I had an AFib situation, irregular beating of my heart. Um, but they did investigate it, and there was a blockage in this one artery, and they put stents in and fixed that. Anyway, the third time, very similar to the second time, two wrists and long procedure, and I'm in a panic. I'm sweating through this one. It hurt a lot more, and it went on a lot longer, over an hour and a half. And he repeatedly said, probably 8 times, "We're almost done. Yeah, we're almost there. Just hang in there a little bit more." And then I'd hear these mechanical sounds, this whirring, and just very disconcerting again sounds coming from I don't know where. And I ask him what that is, and he says, "Oh, it's just a little machine working its way through your arteries." Um, anyway, I can't say anything too positive about that procedure that time. I was exhausted and tired and didn't quite handle it all that well, but I did stick it out and it finished. And so he did three angioplasties on me. They have what they call a full metal jacket now on that artery from one end to the other. He's put stents in, and apparently my x-rays or whatever have been passed around, and the surgeon's to be commended. Wonderful work, and he did a great job, and I should be very thankful, which I am. But that is what I went through as far as angioplasty. Nothing that I ever want to go through again. And apparently, all my other arteries are in perfectly clear shape. No need for any involvement in anything like that ever again. So that's what I'm going forward with now.